divas, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Priscilla. I'm a Nigerian women's wear designer based in the UK. In this video, I'm going to be doing one of your highly requested projects, which is making a pair of leggings. I made a high-waisted, really snug fit pair. Oh, and the fit! Can we just get into the fit of these leggings? I showed you guys how to make the pattern, how to cut and stitch everything all together. You would need roughly 1.5 to 2 meters of fabric and elastic band to sit around the waistline of the leggings. If you don't like how high it goes on the waist, you have the freedom to drop the waistline, but I love my bottoms really high on the waist so it covers my belly and snatches in my waist. Because why not? I mean, why not? The fabric I'm using is from African Stretch Fabrics, and I used it for a midi turtleneck dress a few tutorials back, and I had a lot of scraps left, and I was like, why not just make a pair of leggings? And you guys were down with that. So if you'd like to see how I made these leggings, make sure to keep on watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. If you have any other video ideas or suggestions, please share in the comment section down below. And with that being said, let's get into this tutorial. The fabric I'm going to be using is this monochrome stretch fabric from African Stretch Fabric website. I'll also be needing some wide elastic band. This one is about 2 inches wide. Now, once you have your material sorted, I'm going to be showing you the measurements I used to create the leggings. First, you need to measure around your waist. Because mine was high-waisted, I measured above my belly button like so. I'm just going in here to measure my hips because you will need that measurement as well. After measuring around your hip, you need to measure around your thigh, around your knee, and around your ankle, because this is a very fitted legging. So I recommend you work with your measurement or that of your client for the best outcome. Now, the next measurement you need to do is a vertical distance from your waist to your hip, from your hip to your knee, and from your knee to your ankle. Everyone's body proportions are different, so I highly really recommend you work with yours. You also need to measure the length of your leggings. Thankfully, I already had a pair of leggings here, so I just use that as my guide. The measurement I'm getting here is my crouch depth, and I'm measuring from my waist length down to the point that my butt hits the chair, and that should be slightly longer than the vertical distance from your waist to your hip. I'm starting off here by drawing a long vertical line that is going to help me plan the front of my legging, and along this line on the top edge, I'm just squaring it across like so, and that is going to become my waistline. From that point downwards, I'm going to be marking the vertical distance from my waist to my hip. I'm also going to mark my crouch depth and then square both points across. Your crouch depth should sit below your hip line or your hip point, and that would help to form the shape of trouser or leggings that they typically have. So I'm just going in here to draw the horizontal line that are going to become my hip line and my crouch line. Now, once I have these points marked like so, I'm going to go in to mark 1/4 of my waist measurement minus 1 inch. This fabric has stretch. That's the reason why I'm taking away 1 inch from the measurement. Along the hip line, I'm going to be marking 1/4 of my hip measurement minus 1 inch as well. And I'm just marking it here like so. Now for the crouch depth, I'm marking 1/4 of my hip measurement plus 1.5 inch. That is going to allow the bottoms to sit comfortably on my body, and I'm just connecting it to draw this curved end of the front plan. Now I'm going to go into my waistline and shape it a little bit, taking it in by 1/2 inch and extending it out by 1/2 inch, and that would allow me to draw in the center front edge of my legging, and then help me to shape in the side of the waist for the front like so. Now I'm going to lift the side edge by 1/2 inch like so and connect it back to the rest of the waistline, and that will just help the leggings to sit a lot nicer along the waistline. The next thing I'm just doing in here is marking the vertical distance from my hip to my knee, and then from my knee to my ankle. Square those points across so I can go in to draw the shape of the legging for the front. Now here I'm just marking the distance from my knee to my hemline. I'm going to square that point across like this, and then once I have these dimensions in place, I'm just marking a 1/4 of an inch away from the side like so, and then I'm going to go to my hemline and mark a 1/4 inch away from that side like so, and then from that point mark half of my around hem or around ankle dimension along this point like this. Now for the side, I'm connecting it this way from the bottom to the knee area, and then I'm going to curve it back to my hip point because there's going to be a seam there. For the inner leg, I'm just connecting the edge of the front crouch to the hemline, but before I draw that line, I'm just going to double check that the around knee and the around thigh measurements correspond with my own measurements and they are a comfortable fit. Now once you have that inner leg seam drawn, you have the front plan of the legging complete, and this is what it looks like. And from this front plan, you'll be able to plan your back pattern. On the front plan, I went ahead to find the middle point between my waist and my hip line, and I squared across that point like so, dividing that area into two. This part I'm going to be slashing and spreading to help me create my back plan. But first up, I added my seam allowance around my front and a 2 centimeter waist allowance for my elastic band before cutting out my front plan. Now once that was cut out, I could then layer it onto fresh pattern paper, which is what I'm going to be drawing out my back plan. Now I'm just going to be taping down the front like this along this point and spreading that part that we slashed by about 5 centimeters or 2 inches. Now I just put tape to just hold it in place, and then you need to trace off that center back edge, the crouch, and then when you get to this area like so, you would need to drop the crouch line by 1/2 inch and extend it by 1 inch. This is going to create more room for your bum and your hips to sit in the legging. Now I'm just going to draw in the curved edge like so, and then connect the extended crouch edge back to the inner leg seam like so. So for the back, you would essentially just need to trace off everywhere else. The main different point is the extension on the crouch and then the elevated center back edge to accommodate the girls at the back. Now I removed my front, taped back the part that I slashed and spread, added my grain line, notches, and any other annotations I'll be needing for my back pattern before cutting it out. So these are the two main patterns you need for the legging, for the front and the back, and you need to cut a pair of each, stitch it all together, add your elastic, and you have your legging ready to go. So I'm gonna head to pin down the front and the back patterns, and the fabric was just enough. Like if I had made something too wide or too long, it would have not been enough. So I'm just going to quickly cut around the front and around the back. I will save the scrap fabrics and use it to probably make a pair of gloves or like a bikini for next year. Let me know what you guys think. What should I make with because there's some scraps left there and around here as well, which I can definitely do something else with. I'm torn between gloves and a pair of bikini, like a 2-piece set or a 1-piece set, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below so we make that happen before the end of the year. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out these pieces. I'm going to cut 2 for the front and 2 for the back and join it all up together. So I'm just going in here to cut out my legging pieces with my pattern pinned in place, cut out my front, my back, and save all those scraps because I definitely think I'll be able to make something else with them. Now that we have all of the pieces cut in place, you should end up with 2 pieces for your front and for your back. And if you want to have fun with the placement of your print, you have the freedom to do so with how you play around with your pattern on your fabric. Now I've just gone ahead to pin my front and back legs together, right sides facing each other, and I've pinned the inner and the outer leg, leaving that crouch area open for both legs. Now I'm going to be joining the pieces together using my overlocker, because my overlocker stitches and trims off the edge and weaves the edge of the fabric as well. So it's a great way to sew woven material and woven pieces together. So I've done that for the left and the right leg, and I'm going to be joining the crouch of the left to the right side with one continuous stitch from the front to the back or the back to the front. It doesn't really matter which direction you work in, but I'm just going to take this to my overlocker and join them in place. If you don't have an overlocker, you can stitch with your normal sewing machine and then go back in with a zigzag stitch on the seam allowance, just to ensure that the seam is secured on the inside of your garment. Okay, so I have quickly put on the leggings just to check if I want to take away any excess. It's very comfortable, which is one of the perks of stretchy fabrics. I think I might take away just a little bit from the side. It's fine like this, but I can just tell that it's just too loose on the waist. So I'm going to take a little bit from this center front seam and a little bit from the sides as well, but everything else fits perfectly. That's what the bottom fits like. It's really nice and snug. It's so nice, but just a little bit loose. You can see it's just a little bit loose in certain places, so I'm going to take away the excess. After taking away the excess from the side and the center back and center front seams, I'm going to join my elastic to the waistline. I worked with an elastic of roughly 25 inches, and the first thing I'm going to do is to join the elastic together so I have a circular piece that will sit into the waistline. Now I joined it using a zigzag stitch so it's nice and secure and it would not break as I wear this piece. Now I'm pinning it in this direction so the ease is distributed evenly around the elastic band. Now I'm going to be stitching it across this top edge like this, joining the elastic to the waistline of the legging. This is just one way that you can finish off the waistline of this legging. After stitching it on like this, I went back in and I stitched the seam allowance to the top edge on the inside, so this forces the elastic to sit on the inside of the waistline of the legging. Now this is what it looks like with the seam allowance stitched in place. And after doing this all the way around, I went to the side seams or the side edges and I just tacked the elastic to this part of the waistline, so that helps to keep it inside and tucked away. Now once I was done with the waistband, I just went back in to fold and sew the hemline of the legging on the left and on the right leg, and I just did this using a zigzag stitch to finish off this piece. Alright, so I am all done making the leggings and this is how it turned out. I had to go in about one time on each seam, on the front, on the sides and on the back, just to take a little bit from the seam allowance, because the fabric is actually quite stretchy, so it's forgiving on the body and it stretches out to fit like your bum, your hips, your legs, and it's actually very comfortable on. Like, it's such good quality material. And the leggings, I'm just checking myself out in the mirror, sorry, like the snatcheroo of it all. Ooh. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm going to leave all links to the material, my dimensions for anyone who needs it as a reference, and all that good jazz. Okay, until my next video, have a good morning, afternoon and evening wherever you are. Bye.